ago, before the Civil War, there was an old sailor named Peg-Leg Joe who did what he could to help free the slaves. Joe had a plan. He'd use hammer and nail and saw and work for the master, the man who owned slaves on the cotton plantation. Joe had a plan. At night, when work was done, he'd teach the slaves a song that secretly told the way to freedom. Just follow the drinking gourd, it said. When the song was learned and sung all day, Peg-Leg Joe would slip away to work for another master and teach the song again. One day, a slave named Molly saw her man James sold to another master. James would be taken away and their family torn apart. Just one more night together. A quail called in the trees that night. Molly and James remembered Joe's song. They sang it low.
When the sun comes up and the first quail calls, follow the drinking gourd.
They looked to the sky and saw the stars. Taking their little son Isaiah, old Hattie, and her grandson George, Molly and James set out for freedom that very night, following the stars of the drinking gourd. They ran all night through the fields, till they crossed the stream to the woods. When daylight came, they hid in the trees, watching, listening for the master's hounds set loose to find them. But the dogs, lost the runaway scent of the stream, and Molly and James and Isaiah, old Hattie and young George, were not found. They hid all day in the woods. At night, they walked again, singing Joe's song and looking for the signs that marked the trail.
Now the river bed makes a very good road. The dead trees will show the way. There's footpad for traveling on. Follow the drinking gourd.
Walking by night, sleeping by day, for weeks they traveled on. Sometimes berries to pick and corn to snatch, and sometimes fish to catch. Sometimes empty bellies to sleep on, sometimes no stars to guide the way. They never knew what lay ahead. There was danger from men who would send them back, and danger from hungry beasts. But sometimes a kind deed was done. One day as they hid in a thicket, a boy from the farm found them. In a bag of feed for the hogs in the wood, he brought bacon and cornbread to share. Singing low, they traveled on.
The river ends between the two hills. Follow the drinking gourd. There's another river on the other side. Follow the drinking gourd.
On and on they followed the trail to the river's end. From the top of the hill they saw the new path, another river beneath the stars to lead them to Freedom Land. The drinking gourd led them on. The song was almost done.
When the great big river meets the little river, follow the drinking gourd.
For the old man's waiting for to carry you to freedom. If you follow the drinking gourd.
They climbed